Not laughing at my little bro situation because I got nothing but love for him, but the situation you talking about was saying wasn't no budgets or nothing like that. The distributor had done dropped you. They ain't want nothing to do with you. MMG just ain't give you the bad news. We told you just keep working, just keep grinding. Don't stop, don't quit. Yeah, that's how it go. When they don't want to spend no money on you, ain't no more budgets. You ain't have a manager or none of that. So they ain't tell you. And I ain't want to break your heart. I want you to keep hustling, nigga. I always say you one record from being on top. And while I got all you niggas in group texts like, cause you know.
Right, and he was saying that, you know, it wasn't no manager involved. But then when I looked at your other interview, you was talking about a lady named Wendy.
No, named Megan Price.
Megan Price. So was she doing your management back then?
She did my management from, I think, like 12 to 15 or something like that, a couple years.
Right.
And she ended up, her and Matt Middleton thought I probably was going to be cooked with that armed robbery case. And they amended my contract. So when I turned in my album, it was $150,000 advance, 75 up front, 75 at the album completion. They amended the contract and rerouted the 75,000 to them for my first album. You know what I mean? Because they thought I was gonna be cooked. I'm on camera pistol whipping the nigga. Of course you're gonna be that. But they didn't know I was anointed. You know what I mean? And I beat the case. Case was dismissed. And I found out years later. I didn't even know. I forgot about it. I forgot about the back end. And I had got on the phone with an auditor that knew all of that. He got my contract, found my contract, and went in, and he was like, yo, who's Matt Middleton? I'm like, oh, the name sounds familiar. And he was like, who's Megan Price? And I was like, that's her lawyer. That was was managing me. And he was like, yeah, so they rerouted, they amended the contract for your back end for $75,000 to them. And Matt Middleton got 10 or 15%.
So I saw he recently responded to you. You know, he was in his pool and stuff like that and said something about with the distributor and stuff. You want to speak on that?
Yeah. I'll touch on that real briefly because, you know, but I really don't, I hate that I'm here with it. Not here at the podcast. Right. I hate that I'm here with it.
Yes.
I'm gonna address that real quick. The district, I got a budget. Yvette sat down with Steve Bartles. Yvette was in a meeting with Steve Bartles, so I actually did get a budget, but it was kind of those shelf budgets.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I only had one album with them.
Yeah.
I think it was just one album, so it's like, why couldn't I go over there with Warner? I don't know why, but whatever. And I'm gonna take accountability for being too transparent with family business. Okay. How about it? What you say?
That's fair. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm with you. Yeah. I think that's what really was what the problem is, and I take accountability for that. I know about all of this royalties or garbage and all of that. I wasn't getting. I knew that years ago. I never said nothing.
Right. Yeah.
I'm down for the program. I love my brother.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm gonna always get my coin. You know, I never said nothing because I'm all about protecting the brand.
And you've been doing that.
Yeah, for sure. You've been riding the brand. Physically,
we've seen it.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of that,
yeah, absolutely, bro.
You know, I got shot at and shot back about this. About this.
Right. Yeah. And you held your
closed doors, handling, scandaling about this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I just felt that's where that stemmed from. It just was like, you know, and then 50 posts, a nigga page, a nigga op. And I didn't even get a welcome home Gunplay. You beat the case, come through, smoke a joint.
Yeah.
Oh, then.
Yeah.
I feel like it's man.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where it stemmed from.
Really disappointment, if anything.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
Yeah,
that's
facts.
all it was. But how many times did I disappoint him? Let's get into that.
No.
Yo, it's Big Ant the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and if Gunplay ain't doing nothing else, he most definitely doing a high-level media run right now because he been on every single podcast. It's like he hitting a new one every other day, and I can't be mad at him. He got a story, want to get it out there, getting things off his chest, and I got to say right here, I got respect for him coming out and taking that accountability right there. And I had the links in the description where you can watch that clip at the beginning and full it from Hits on Fire, and also the Who Gave You a podcast as they had him on there, and he went more in depth on both of these about the situation with Rick Ross, why he felt the way that he felt, and he broke it down. They did do him foul when it came to the managers. Ross had said he didn't have a manager. He didn't know what was going on with the business. Didn't want to tell him that he got dropped. Just wanted him to keep working. I feel like if somebody got dropped from the label, that's your dog. Hey, you got to tell him directly what's going on with the business. That's just me. I don't know him and Ross' relationship. I don't know if he maybe knows that Gunplay performs better or is more active when he know things or not what they are. I don't know. But you got to let somebody know, in my opinion, directly, hey, bro, this what happened. They ain't got the budget for you. They done dropped you and things like that. Now, I've even heard Chameleon himself talk about auditing and labels. Also, Big Sean had a story like that recently where you find out somebody that pocket some money on you, did a finesse play, switch a rule up on you 1-2 and go do what it do, and you ain't even know till years later. So Gunplay was just letting that be known, and I think, and I can't speak for him, what he overall saying is, hey dog, I felt like they didn't go as hard for me as I went for them. Like, in a way, from what I'm getting, he's on Def Jam, but he's under Raw still in a way like, hey, I'm under the MMG brand. But when MMG went to Warner Brothers and things, he's like, why wouldn't y'all come over there and bring me to that situation? Whether they want to sign him or not, I don't know, to Warner Brothers. And that's why I say all this label stuff, it get tricky and mixy and real finicky, just keeping it all the way 1,000. Bunch of politics, bunch of middleman in between. You got to do your best to be on point, and that's why some artists, once they done the label thing one time, they be like, I ain't doing it no more at all. But what Gunplay was saying was 1,000% real right there, bro. I didn't put it all on the line. I didn't got jumped. I didn't got this. I didn't went through that. And that was the role and the game that he was playing. But eventually, he came from behind that and started rapping. Gunplay was lyrical, putting out good music and things. And I feel like he went more in depth about, too, how Ross looked out for him with his daughter when she was in the hospital with the GoFundMe stuff. And he was talking about his ex and how she was acting a certain way. They going through things right now. If you look into it, he talked more in depth about other things in that interview. And he felt like, hey, when Ross, it was just time where he like, bro, you can show me some love or some support right now. Like Ross wasn't really there for him or just wasn't even acknowledging things that he had going on. Just like, hey, you doing what you doing, I'm doing what I'm doing. And he like, when it was his turn, hey, I was all crash out mode. I was all the way loyal to him, all the way for the brand. And you got to think about the things he say. It's stuff we ain't seen that he had to do. Think about what we done seen what he did. Just keeping it all the way 100. Dog that been down through there. So he took that accountability. Hey, fam, I should have kept, I'll take this because I don't like that it's here right now on the internet. And I wasn't supposed to go out there with the family situations, but I know he was just probably feeling hurt. Feel like boys that kind of turned their back on him and left him high and dry. But then he said, hey, what about the things that I done did? So I respect that by Gunplay, most def, dog. And I was jamming Gunplay. I went to his show out here at Warehouse Live, bro. I remember, me and my boy BP pulled up there. I think it was that Inglorious Bastards mixtape around that time. We was on it, bro. Gunplay was spitting, and he had some joints that was in rotation. It was like, it felt like they could have probably pushed him, but he might have had other stuff going on. I don't know. Most definitely. He told some other stories in his interview too. And if one of them stories go up, not making fun of it, Y'all probably seen it already on the Who Gave You a Podcast. So if that would go up, y'all know I got to cover that one. I ain't making fun of nobody getting nothing physical done to him, but that was a while with that Gunplay, so he ain't even know. I said he hit Vlad with a glass Sprite bottle with activists in it and said that, hey, I didn't even know. He said, I didn't even know who it was. He just said, I seen one of the homies get on him. I just instantly got off, hit him with the bottle. Turns out it's DJ Vlad. Guess who got the blame for that lawsuit in that case? And you know, Vlad sued Rick Ross and all of them, and that was that. Tell me what y'all think, though. I just wanted to put that other side out. And we got some more coming to that Urban Politicians TV Patreon exclusive content that you can only get on there and nowhere else. You can get it on the Patreon app or the website. Tap in on that as well. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.